Hi everybody, it's Colin here from Woodthorpe International. It's been a bit of a while. I've got a very poorly sister at the moment, and unfortunately it's not looking good at all. So I'm coming in here to give myself a bit of, like sanity, just to get out of thinking about what's going to happen to her. And unfortunately, I go to see her every day, and it just drains me going in there to see her. But I have to do, she's my sister. So, anyway, as you can see, and might not remember, but I've started to do a bit of grassing on top here, putting a path in, putting some debris down, ready for the next lot of trees, which there's some over there. Just excuse the mess on my lake. It's just somewhere to store stuff at the moment. And I'm coming round to here, ready for the next bit, and then I'll start colouring more of that. That's just to stop the fibres going down onto the track. But one other thing I have done is put that board on and extended the track, just temporary. So I've got board and insulation all the way to here, extended this frame ready, and I have to put a board basically from about here this way to take some more of the insulation and then just stick it down. I'll just use Kato track just to give it a bit longer of a run instead of that tight curve what was at the top. So just go over here, excuse me, while I move about. So I've got the American track plan, got the new lot of points to get going, and I've got some in from the other layout which I'll be able to use. Now what I've decided to do was where it came up here and did this big circle, well, it was a bit of a tight circle here, as you can remember. I've extended the track straight, and I've done that because what I can do if I want to change from doing anything is start putting the track down from here, because that goes through that tunnel there to the trestle bridge, and then I can bring it down here, bring it round this area, which is that area on the plan. There is some more framing to go in there at some point, but I may just stop it about here, join it on to this track here, going round the outside track, which is a very light coloured, as you can see there, the white. And then I can do the first part of the station on the further side and still run trains temporary on the Kato track. And I have a train coming round, just see it in there. I've got a double-headed, something else I've done. One thing about this hobby we keep looking at, every day you learn something, and it's learning about CVs. Now I'm getting my head round the Lodi and iTrains. That's the track plan. But as it comes up, I've got this double-headed on. I'll just stop it. Now I'm just using it manually at the moment, which is great, but it's still working with iTrains and Lodi. But what I found, these run this particular class, which is a, just excuse me a minute, I'll pick one up. Can I see it without my glasses? Nope. It's an ES44AC model, both of them. They're both the same. Just that's 721, and that is number 700. I have another one, I believe. But to make them run at 70 mile an hour, if I set it to 255 on CV5, it goes too fast. And the idea is that you measure the speed, so iTrains knows what speed it's going, and you can set the controller that when you put it onto full, and as you can see there's two set up there, because it's like a double-headed. When it's at 28, they go as near as damn it at 70 mile an hour, as in it could be 69, 68 one day, it can be 70, depending on how much running they've had. But at full speed, I know they won't go any more. And then there's all the various other speeds. But to get this one to run at 70, high CV5 was at 60, and the medium, I've worked out that it had to be, which is CV6, at 24 to get a nice variation of speed up and down the chart. And this one had to be at 70 CV5 high, and again the medium CV6 I put at 24, and they've worked out to within an odd mile an hour, and the difference is very slight. Now if I get it going, I can show you on iTrains what the speed is. Excuse me. At the moment, that one is the 700, and that one there is the 721. And if I just give it some throttle, so you'll see it moving, and that's speed set 13. It's saying at 29.6, and that is 30.1, so a difference of 0.5 miles an hour. One's going backwards, one's going forwards. Interesting, both of those and most of Kato run faster backwards than they do forward, as in the cab at the front. Which is quite interesting. That's something I found out. But they're running at quite a nice, there's not much difference. That 0.5 mile an hour scale is very, very slim, and not really, I have done a test, and it just creeps a little bit over 3 meters, so you've not got one engine working more than the other. But I've also put my speed trap here. This is how I measure my trains. Now, when it was on the sill, the piece I was measuring on was about, I think it was about 1800 mil long, where this one is only about 600 and something. It goes from here to there, and the ends a 725. Now I've put a bit of cushioning at each end just for the train to run into, because when you first start it tends to go too fast until you find the right CV setting. And it's quite interesting. It does teach you how to read CVs and work CVs out. Like the class 50, wherever I've put it, this class 50, the top speed in the real world was 100 mile an hour. I cannot get that to run at 100 mile an hour. It runs about 85, because that's what at 250 on CV5 allows me to do. So that's just how it is. Some you get more. Mainly all foreign makes, as in foreign, not British trains, run faster than what you need them. But not all of them, not all, but I haven't done, since I've got it set up and I now know more about CVs, and the new setup makes a big difference. So what I've got at the moment, if I just have a look up here, there's the train running round using the Lodi. It's on the second box of the block detectors, and I like to see that, and you see them change as it goes through. At the moment on iTrains it's here, but it's actually on the helix. I'm just running it using those block detectors. It's like up here, if I was to get a train, let me get a train, just hold on, I'll just pause it. So I've just put the class 50 on, and if I go up here and find my mouse, oh there it is, and put that to there, that is block 1.8, and 1.8 is there, and I'm using 1.8, that one which is 1.7, and that one which is 1.6. And if I just show you on here, I think I can show you better on this one. If I hover over it, come on, 1.6, 1.7 and 1.8. Now 1.8 is the point. Now all you have to do is, when you set this particular speed trap, I'm doing it in 3, 2 ends and a middle, and the middle is what it measures. You just have to write down the sizes of each segment. So that actual point there, in iTrains head, in the brain, I've told it it's 725 mil long, even though the point isn't. I don't know what the point measurement is, but I will be putting in the right measurement when it comes to it. But I'm just using those 3. So if I drive the 50, so if I move that down the track, It's still in 1.8. It will go into the next one. There it is. It's all in it. And that middle bit is 600 and something. And then it'll go on to the other point, which is 725 mil. And as you can see, it's down there. So I'm just messing about with iTrains. It doesn't affect my plan. It doesn't affect, I just need the measurement into iTrains, because when you go into the speed measurement, you have to have it set up with what each bit is, and I've already put the measurements. So when I click that for feedback 2, from feedback 1 going through C, it knows the exact measurements, and when it travels it measures the speed. And eventually, when it goes round the actual track plan, all the measurements in, and it knows how long it takes to actually travel. So it's good, really. So that's not at the right height, but it's at the right width. I'm just resting it on this table here, what my computer's on. Then it's on a bit of a bearer and a bearer on the end, just so I could get that there, because with my block detector units there, it was easy just to wire it up. Eventually they'll be all around the track, different ones. So I'm pleased with how it, you know, what I've done up to now. I'll soon alter this area, and I can do some track here, but I also need to do my bridge. But I wanted to do a bit of this to see what it looked like with trees on. I've got myself a little table, just so I can cut stuff right here, and then stick them on, because I've got to still stick all my bits of wood on. So I just thought I'd let you catch up with you. And the other thing I've done is put this in, so if I want to listen to music or listen to people talking on YouTube, it sounds better than what it's coming out of the computer at the moment. My computer, this laptop, and my phone is attached to that. There will be a TV going up there that will be attached to it, so if I've got music playing, or I like listening to Hans Zimmer, the guy who does up most of the music for the movies these days, certainly for the big films. So it sounds a lot better in here now. And then I've got my throttles up here. I'll bring them to the front of all the different trains, which you actually saw. So I'll keep going, doing my bits. It may be a while before another video's up, because my sister's very important, seeing her, and it's just getting the time to do everything, and I still have to work. Got a big job on at the moment, and I'm having to only do half a day, so I can go in the afternoon to speak to the doctors to find out what's happening. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, and I will speak to you in the next video. Bye for now. Bye.